If you can't tell me exactly how much ISA allowance you've used this year, you need this video. I'm Hamid from Wealth Decoders. In 8 days, your £20,000 tax-free ISA allowance disappears forever. Not next month, not next year, forever. And most people will do absolutely nothing about it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which ISA to open, how much to put in, and the critical mistakes that cost people thousands. I'll share real data from HMRC and research from Oxford and MIT. Whether you have 20,000 or just £100, you'll have a clear plan. And stick around, I'll reveal the one ISA trick most people completely overlook. Here's the truth. HMRC data from the 23-24-25 tax year shows only 11.8 million ISA accounts were subscribed to across the UK. That's out of over 50 million adults. Roughly 3 out of 4 adults didn't use a single penny of their ISA allowance. That's billions in tax-free growth left on the table. Money the government would happily tax instead. Let's be real. The UK tax year ends on April the 5th, 2026. That's not flexible. That's not negotiable. Your £20,000 ISA allowance for the 2025-2026 tax year cannot be carried forward. It's a strict use it or lose it system. Every single year, millions of people say they'll do it next month. Then April 6th arrives and it's gone. Don't be that person. Most people don't know this. You actually have 4 ISA types to choose from in 2026. Cash ISA, simple savings, tax-free interest. Stocks and shares. ISA, invest in funds, shares and bonds tax-free. Lifetime ISA, get a 25% government bonus up to age 50. And the innovative finance ISA for peer-to-peer lending. You can split your 20,000 across multiple types. But here's what matters: choosing the right one for your situation. Here's what changed everything for millions of savers. Cash ISA rates have actually become competitive again. In March 2026, top easy access cash ISAs are paying around 4 to 4.5%. That's solid for zero risk. But here's the catch. Inflation is currently running at about 3%. So your real return is roughly 1.5%. Save? Yes. Wealth building? Barely. If you need the money within 2 years, a cash ISA is smart. Beyond that, keep watching. Nobody tells you this. Over any 20-year period in history, the global stock market has never delivered a negative return. Professor Elroy Dimson from Cambridge Judge Business School and the London Business School analyzed return going back to 1900. UK equities averaged about 5% real return per year after inflation. Inside the stocks and shares ISA, all those gains are completely tax-free. No capital gains tax, no dividend tax, nothing. And coming up, I'll show you exactly how much that tax saving is actually worth. Imagine this. You put in £4,000 and the government hands you £1,000 for free. That's the lifetime ISA. A 25% instant bonus on contributions up to £4,000 per year. You must be between 18 and 39 to open one. The money is for your first home or retirement after age 60. But be careful. Withdraw early for other reasons and you'll face a 25% penalty. That actually means you lose more than the bonus. So only use it if you're committed. Let's be real. Most people underestimate how much the ISA wrapper saves them. Say you invest $20,000 a year for 20 years inside an ISA earning 7%. That's about £820,000, all tax-free. Outside an ISA, capital gains tax at 20% would eat into your profits significantly. AJ Bell research from 2025 estimated that a higher rate taxpayer could save over £100,000 in tax over 20 years using ISAs. 100,000. That's a house deposit. That's life-changing money just from using the right wrapper. Here's the truth. MIT Sloan professor Andrew Lo has studied compound growth for decades. His research consistently shows that time in the market beats timing the market. But here's the part that blows people's minds. Albert Einstein reportedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Whether he said it or not, the math is undeniable. A 2019 study from Morningstar by researcher Jeffrey Petak showed that investors who stayed invested for 15 plus years captured 90% of long-term market returns. The ones who tried to time it, they captured less than half. Most people don't know this. You don't need £20,000 to make ISAs work. Let's say you only have £100. Put it in a stocks and shares ISA. At 7% average return, in 30 years, that's £761. Now imagine you add just £100 every month. After 30 years, that's over £121,000, completely tax-free. Professor Shlomo Benarzi at UCLA Anderson School found that people dramatically underestimate how small consistent contributions compound over time. He calls it exponential growth bias. Here's what changed everything when I learned this. Mistake number 1, not investing the money once it's in the ISA. Many people transfer cash into a stocks and shares ISA and leave it sitting as cash. It earns almost nothing. Mistake number 2, panicking and withdrawing during market dips. You lock in losses. Mistake number 3, waiting until you have the full 20,000. Perfection kills progress. Even a partial contribution beats zero. And coming up, the exact step-by-step process to open and fund your ISA this week. Let's be real. You need a plan, not just motivation. Step 1, decide your ISA type. Short-term savings, cash ISA, long-term investing, stocks and shares, ISA. First home, lifetime ISA. Step 2, choose a platform. Vanguard, Trading 212, or Hargreaves Lansdown are popular options. Step 3, open the account online. Most platforms take under 10 minutes. Step 4, transfer your money in. Step 5, if it's a stocks and shares ISA, actually invest the money. Pick a global index fund to start simple. Nobody tells you this. For most beginners, a single global index fund is the smartest play. A fund like the Vanguard FTSE Global All Cap tracks over 7,000 companies worldwide. You get instant diversification across every country and sector. Nobel Prize winner Eugene Fama from the University of Chicago showed that most actively managed funds underperform simple index funds over time. His efficient market hypothesis research from the 1960s still holds up in 2026. Low fees, broad exposure, set it and forget it. That's how wealth is quietly built. Here's the truth. Not all ISA platforms are created equal. Fees vary massively, and they eat into your returns over time. Vanguard charges 0.15% platform fee. Trading 212 charges 0 platform fees. Hargreaves Lansdown charges 0.45%. On a £20,000 portfolio, That's the difference between £30 and £90 a year. Over 20 years with compound growth, those fees can cost you thousands. Check platform fees, fund fees, and withdrawal terms before committing. Your future self will thank you. Imagine this: April 6th arrives and a fresh £20,000 allowance opens up. Smart investors fund their ISA on day one. That gives your money the maximum time to grow. This is called bed and ISA timing. The earlier your money is invested, the longer compound interest works for you. But here's the key: this strategy only works if you also use this year's allowance. Don't sacrifice the current allowance hoping to double up later. There is no catching up. 2 tax years means 2 separate windows of opportunity. Most people don't know this. Behavioral economist Richard Thaler from the University of Chicago won the Nobel Prize for studying why people make irrational financial decisions. His research on present bias shows we overvalue today's comfort over future wealth. You know you should fund your ISA, but your brain says it can wait. This is exactly why deadlines like April 5th exist. They create urgency. Use that urgency. Don't let your brain's default laziness cost you thousands in tax-free growth. This is your signal to act right now. Here's the truth. Your ISA allowance is the single most powerful tax shelter available to ordinary UK investors. £20,000 a year, completely shielded from tax on interest, dividends, and capital gains. Over a lifetime, that could mean hundreds of thousands in tax-free wealth. The research from Dimson, Fama, and Thaler all points to the same conclusion. Invest early, invest consistently, and let compounding do the heavy lifting inside your tax-free ISA wrapper. The only mistake is doing nothing. Let's be real, you've watched this far because you care about your financial future. So here's your action plan for the next 8 days. Today, decide your ISA type. Tomorrow, open the account. Day 3, transfer your money. Day 4, invest properly. Don't overthink this. A global index fund inside the stocks and shares ISA is a brilliant starting point. Even £50 counts. Progress beats perfection every single time. The deadline is real and it's coming fast. If this video hit different, do me a favor right now. Smash that subscribe button and hit the bell. Drop a comment telling me, are you using your ISAs this year? I read every single comment and I'll reply personally. Share this with someone who's sleeping on their allowance. 8 days, that's all you've got. Don't let this be the year you look back and regret doing nothing. I'm Hamed. This is Wealth Decoders. Now go fund that ISA